This spring, I spent a little time watching the Kentucky Derby, which those of you that know is one of the most prestigious and biggest horse races in America of the year. And watching it for the first time, I was just in awe about how focused a racehorse is. And it doesn't have to be the Kentucky Derby, it could be the Preakness, it can be any kind of major horse race, but how focused and how determined both the jockey and the horse is, and how they don't let anything around them distract them from their goal, which is placing favorably and winning the race. And it got me to thinking about my own life and my work as a coach, working with folks who want to get back into their own race and start winning their own races in their life and in any area of their life, relationships or in career or health. And I went back to something tragic that happened to me about 15 years ago. A terrible legal situation that I talk about, that you will read in my book, but I talk about in some of my other videos. And the situation, was partly my fault. The legal turmoil that I was in, the potentiality to face the consequences for what happened and how it was going to drastically change my life, possibly jail time, possibly God knows what could happen, how it has negatively impacted my parents, my family. But I got through it. I became the racehorse that, despite what happened, despite the negative consequences at the end of the legal tunnel, I still completed the race. I was determined to move on with my life and to create a life worth living. Now, fast forward 10 years. I meet a woman, we get married, we fall in love, and then that falls apart. I get divorced, and I didn't think I was going to survive that at the end of the relationship, and how the relationship just got destroyed, and my role in the destruction of the relationship. But then I went back to thinking about the racehorse and how even if the other racehorses are falling down around them, they are hyper-focused. They have their blinders on. And as I had my determination, and those were my blinders, to survive, but not just to survive, to be successful in my work and to really move forward from the tragedy of divorce and the tragedy of getting involved in a terrible legal situation that really put my future and everything around me into question. I've realized that human beings need to be racehorses as well, because like myself, dealing with all the consequences of my legal situation and comparing myself to my friends and to my colleagues, people that were successful in their life, were creating families and getting married and building their finances and building their families and moving forward with their life. I was stuck in this mess. And then when my marriage broke up, the same comparisons that I was focused on about how my friends and how my colleagues were all successful, and I'm stuck again in a mess, and that I can't keep a relationship, or I can't keep a marriage, and I can't keep myself from falling down. And I realized that I am that racehorse, just like those of you that have had struggle, those of you that have had major life challenges, is that when you stop focusing on the people around you that may be doing better in your life, in your life, or where you live, or people that are in similar businesses or in similar careers, The only thing you can do is put your blinders on like a racehorse has those blinders and focus on the prize, which is not giving up and believing in yourself and moving forward despite your circumstances, despite the judgments people have pointing fingers at you, despite people's opinions of you, is to move forward and move forward with grace and move forward with strength. To be like that racehorse, to not give up and to keep moving forward despite the other racehorses falling down around you. The biggest gift out of adversity or out of dealing with major challenges in life is realizing that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, that the most important thing is you focusing on you as that proverbial racehorse and not giving up, even if you fall down, even if you don't think you can run another race, but you put those blinders on and you create your own resurrection and you move forward. Have a great week, everybody. Think about it.